What's going on, family? We are back on the Tuesday. Can you believe it? Well, I took Monday off, man, so that I could get some rest and spend a little time with my daughter. Could you believe we cooked some chicken together? And anyway, man, let's get into the workout. I am going to superset some upright rows with some bicep curls. We're going to do 4 sets of 10. With the upright rows, we're going to start at 50 pounds and go all the way to 180 pounds. And we're going to stay with the same weight for the bicep curls, 60 pounds. I want you to notice that while I'm doing those curls, I lean back just a little bit, just slightly, to take the momentum out of the range of motion. We don't need any help with it because what we're trying to do, we're trying to develop strength in our biceps. So the momentum that's involved, we need to cut that out. Okay? So now that would be the first superset we're going to do. And then directly after this, we're going to go into some reverse shoulder shrugs, right? And with those reverse shoulder shrugs, as always, we are targeting our back as opposed to the back of the shoulders, I should say, as opposed to the front of the shoulders. And then you'll notice that I'm doing 4 sets of 10 with that exercise. Also, we're going from 90 pounds to 360 pounds with that particular exercise. And then the next exercise we're going to be doing is something that you have rarely seen me do, but I'm going to incorporate it today because I'm feeling pretty good. Lateral pull downs, right? So we're going to do 5 sets of those. And the lateral pull downs are just like you would do with a Smith machine. Lateral pull downs are for your laterals or your sides, right? But then as I'm pulling, I'm also working my biceps. And really that exercise, man, if done correctly, will really thicken out your sides, or depending on the reps and the amount of sets that you do, it could slim them down. But in our instance, we're going to thicken up our sides so that when you see me from the back, it looks more like a cobra than anything else. Okay. And then the last exercise we're going to do are seated rows. We've done those before. We're going to go from 50 pounds to 90 pounds with the seated rows, and it's the same principle. We're really doing a lot of back work today. I felt like I needed to isolate my back because the majority of the times on back and bicep day, I'm doing more biceps than anything. So we did some back exercises, like I mentioned, that I rarely do because what we want is an overall physique that looks balanced, right? We don't want any area to be bigger than the other. You've seen those guys in the gym, man, with their upper body is huge and their lower body look like they're walking around on toothpicks. Nah, that's not the goal. That's not the goal. Nothing against those guys, but it's just not balanced. Your physique isn't. And that's what we want. We want a balanced physique. All right? So let's get into it, man. As I mentioned today, I'm feeling pretty good. So let's get this workout done. What's going on, family? How's everybody doing today, man? Hopefully everybody's doing well. Usually I be coming to you on the Monday, man, but Monday was not really a good day as far as, scheduling things. So I just let everything hang loose, man. I did a couple things with my daughter, man. Make sure she was good. So it went pretty well, but as far as the things I had scheduled, man, that was out the window. And I should have known that when she told me that she was going to be at home yesterday, she wouldn't have to go to school, so I kind of expected that I was going to have to put everything on my schedule on hold for her. It didn't make any difference, man, because here's the thing. If you are a person that schedules well, man, you can always move things around, right? But now today, man, I want to ask y'all something, man. I put a post up, man, and a lot of time when I post things, people don't really reply. And you know why they don't reply? Because if they are in error, sometimes we have a disagreement. Most times we have a disagreement. Because a lot of times when I talk, man, unless I'm just joking around, I need what people say to me and what I say to them to be accurate, right? We got to be truthful, we got to be trustworthy when we talk. Or else what you're doing is just manufacturing a whole lot of gibberish. You're speaking on things you don't know anything about, so you can mislead people. And that's what I noticed, man. I was watching this panel, and there was an older sister on this panel. She probably was my age, or I could be a little bit older than her. But in her conversation, she kept using the term helpmate interchangeably, right? She was telling the young women to find the helpmate, and she was telling the young men to find the helpmate. And let me give a disclaimer, man. Ordinarily, I wouldn't get involved. Ordinarily, I wouldn't say anything, because a person's understanding is their own understanding. But when you begin to speak on things and you're speaking incorrectly, then I have to say something. There is only one individual that the Bible refers to as a helpmate, or a helpmate, or a helper, or a complement. And that was Eve. And it's interesting because it referred to her as that when she was created. You never see referred to in the Bible any man referred to as a helpmate, because that's not his role. His role is to be head of his household, just like Adam's role to be head of his household. And the whole reason why the helpmate was created was because Adam was lonely. And so the creation of woman was to give Adam a companion, somebody to work along with him. I like it nice, man, that one of the guys I'm subscribed to, he made it this point. He said that when Adam was first created, God showed him the garden. Everything he was gonna have to be responsible for. And when Eve was first created, right, God showed her Adam. So now, whether you take that literally or not, man, it would appear that should have been the focus. Whatever God showed them first should have been their focus. So Adam should have been focused on his responsibility for taking care of the garden and the animals and everything that was within the garden. And then Eve was responsible for taking care of her husband. Right? So now, no. The answer to the question in the short form is no. A man cannot be a helpmate. That's not our purpose. That's not how we're designed. Now, can we provide support? Right? Can we provide stability? Can we provide a foundation that can be built upon? Yeah, we can provide that. If we're living in accord with what we know to be true and right, we can provide that. But it's never a man's responsibility to be a helpmate. That's not how this works. That's not. And see, the reason why I want to, clear that up is because there's a whole lot of confusion nowadays, man. Whole lot of confusion. I talk to a lot of young guys, man, and they're confused. They don't know what to do. They don't know or what's their responsibilities. They don't know what they should be looking forward to. How they should set up their household. They don't know any of this stuff. And because of that confusion, you have a lot of women that refer to them as being weak. Well, is it that they weak or is it that they confused? Because a lot of the women that, you run into nowadays, right? They're more masculine than they are feminine, right? And I guess that's because they grew up in a household where they saw their mother run things. But now, is that the way it was supposed to be? When you look at the divine standard for families, what is the standard? The standard is that the head of the woman is the man, the head of the man is Christ, and the head of Christ is God, right? That's the standard. That's what we should be looking at. And anytime you go in there and you change and rearrange things according to how you want, now you're going to run into a problem. And I don't mean this to be biblical. I really don't. But when you're speaking on things that have a biblical nature, the only thing I'm saying is be correct. Be correct. Because you got at least 7 other people on this panel, young men and young women, who are taking this woman for her word. They thinking, yeah, that sounds right. That's what I should be doing. And it was absolutely out of place. It was out of pocket, man. If you're going to share, like I mentioned, if you're going to share something, make sure what you're talking about is the truth. Make sure that don't open your mouth, man, around people and make statements that you can't verify. Because that can't be verified that a man is a helpmeet. Y'all knew this was coming, man. When I put that post up last week, y'all knew this was coming. Y'all knew I was going to have to speak on this subject, man. I just think overall, it would be better if, as individuals, when we decide to open our mouths, we've done the necessary research on things. We've looked into things. We can come up with references that support our arguments. That is, if we're going to, try to help people. Now, if you just into spitting out rhetoric that don't do no good for nobody, well, I guess that'll work. But if you want to be helpful, if you want to do something that's going to be constructive, know what you're talking about when you're talking about it, right? I just don't like that, man. I just don't. Because, you could really ruin somebody's idea of family, of marriage, of having children. You could ruin their idea with just one thought that's out of place. And we need more of that. We need more strong families, which means we're going to have some strong marriages, right? And I mean, if we don't do that, then I don't see anything that's going to get any better. It's not. So now, man, that was just my thoughts for the morning, man. Let me get in here and see what my daughter doing. Get her ready to go to school, man. I love you. Peace.